Now, a typical Excel worksheet is usually composed of a series of rows and a series of columns. And on occasion, it might be necessary to switch those around. In other words, to switch the rows to columns and the columns to rows. This is called transposing. And in this video, I'm going to show you two simple methods on how to do that. So let's have a look at the worksheet. Right, this is what I'm talking about. We want to take this set of data here, which is in vertical format, and present it in horizontal format like that. Now, there are two ways of doing it. I find the first method the easiest and simplest, but there are certain pros and cons which we'll discuss as we go along. Now, the first thing we have to do obviously is just select that field that we want to convert from vertical to horizontal. Once we've selected that area, we go Control C to copy, and then you'll see the marching ants there, which means that it's ready to copy. And then you choose your top right hand cell is where you want the data to start from, and then it's going to spread that way. There's two ways you can do it from here. One is you can go to this icon here, which is the paste, and then you look for paste special, click on that, and then you get this little window, and there's a lot of options here. I'm just going to select all because I want it to go exactly like that, but if you only wanted the formulas or the values or the formats, you could select one of these items here. And then most importantly, you click this little box here, which is transpose. You say OK, and there we go. Now you'll notice that there's a bit of gobbledygook here. That basically means that my column width is not set correctly for the amount of data. And there's an easy way of correcting that. You just select all those columns, and then anywhere along here you find until you get the double arrow, and then you double click, and there we go. Now I've done a video on various methods of adjusting your column width, so if you're interested in that, just have a look at the video on top of screen at the moment. Now that's transformed the vertical arrangement into a horizontal arrangement for the same table, same figures, everything. Now the advantage of this method, which is called the static method, is that you keep your formatting. So these full colors and the currency format for the figures is kept, but this table is not updatable. So if you change anything here, let's change Ted to Fred, you'll see it remains Ted there, so you can't change anything. So that's why it's called static, is because it's fixed. But that's not always a disadvantage, because sometimes you might want to do a report for a specific period in time, and you don't want the figures to change. So, and the other thing is, you might want to, in 3 months time, compare this set of data with the new updated data to compare the periods and see how the figures have changed. So there are advantages to keeping your data static. Now, another thing you can do with the static method, or both methods in fact, you can put this on another worksheet. So for instance, if I selected that and I go Control C to copy, marching ants, then I go to another blank worksheet somewhere. All I have to do is select my top right hand cell, then I go, this time I'm going to do it another way. I'm going to right click, paste special, and select all there, transpose, OK, and there it is on another worksheet. And if I go back, you can see I've still got it all there. So I'm going on to my second method, which is the dynamic method, and in this one I'm going to do the same thing again, but when you do it with this method, it forms an array. So if I change anything here, it will change in the new horizontal table as well. So that can be an advantage if that's the effect you're looking for. This method's a little bit more complicated. It uses a function called transpose, because what I've got to do is count my number of columns and my number of rows, and then select an area of exactly that same size to put the array in that's going to be transposed. So I've got 7 that way and 3 that way, and then this cell is already selected, so don't click on it because then you'll lose the area you've just selected. All you do is type equals to show that it's a formula, and then you start typing transpose, and that'll come up. When that comes up, you double click there, and then it tells you have to select an array, and that basically means you've got to outline your source data like that. Now comes another tricky bit. Because it's an array, you can't just click enter. You've got to click Control, Shift and enter, and there we go. There it gives you all those figures. But I want to just show you something. Have you noticed that with this method your formatting is lost? So my formatting for currency is lost, my colors are also lost. So that's one of the disadvantages, but you can put that in. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But if you look here now, I'm going to change Ted back to Fred and see, there we go, it's changed there again. So that's fantastic. And also with this method and the other method, you can reverse the procedure. So I could quite easily do that. I've got to select an area of exactly the correct size. It's about there. Then I've got to type equals transpose, double click transpose. That asks me to outline an array, so I'll do that. Control Shift enter, and there we have it. It's back there again. And then just to show you with the dynamic method, you can also transpose onto a different worksheet. So first of all, we go to our new worksheet, select the area like that, then we type equals, start typing transpose, double click, and then it's asking us to select the array, but obviously we've got to go back to the other worksheet to select the array. Select the array there, and then we have to confirm with Control, Shift and enter, but you do it on this worksheet where the source data is. So you go Control, Shift, enter. That takes us to the other worksheet and puts the data there. So if I go back, there's the source data, and the next sheet has got the destination data. And then just to prove to you that you can change things, so we'll change poor old Ted to Fred, and we'll check the other worksheet, and there he is, Fred again. So that's all very handy. Now, as I said, with the dynamic method of transposing a set of data from vertical to horizontal like this, it forms an array, and that can cause a few complications. But if you notice here, there's an error message, and that's because when I selected my area, I selected an extra column, and that doesn't work. That your destination has to be exactly the same area as your source. So for instance, if I wanted to remove this and I just did that, and then I moved it a bit smaller, I get this error message. You cannot change part of an array, and you can get those error messages whatever you try and change in the array. So let's see what happens if I put this data in an area that's too small to accept it. We just go equals, start typing transpose, double click, select the array, Control Shift enter. Now you'll see it's cut off there, and if I try and move it, because I was 2 columns short, if I move it, you can see it's all out of sync here because I'm trying to change an array. But in this case you can get around it if you go back to your formula, click there, and then you go Control Shift enter, There we can see it's corrected it. Now if you found this useful, please like and share this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. And if you have any comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you just scroll right down to the bottom, you'll find the comment section there. Thank you very much for watching.